Alright, hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be ranking every GAR division based on how useful they are in game. Enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and join my Discord server linked in the description. With that being said, I'll briefly inform you about how I rank the divisions. I rank them based on the perks they get in game and on how skilled most of the people are in the division. Now enjoy the video. Alright guys, let's firstly start with GAR. I'll count GAR as a division, as we all started in the Grand Army of the Republic before we joined any other of these divisions. GAR is useful, like they have a lot of people, and with the new added perks like the jump pack and the different weapons you get when you rank up, GAR is pretty good. Of course, they don't have many elite people in it. Alright, let's go on with the 327th. I'll put 327th right next to GAR, but behind GAR, as GAR has more perks than 327th does. 327th just gets like this one repeater gun, and it is pretty decent. Like, I like the gun, but like compared to the other divisions, 327th is just not the best one. Alright, moving on to the 7th Sky Corps. I'll put it in barely useful. It's like they do not have that many elite people in it, and I don't really see people use the gunship perk where they can like jump out of the gunship with the parachute, so I think it's kind of useless. The perk is just not worth it, I think. Alright, moving on to the 501st Legion. I would say 501st is pretty useful. I would put it in top of useful, as they have a lot of perks. They do not have like the most elite people as most of the starter divisions have, but every company I think has a special perk, and that makes them so much useful. The 187th, I would put them in very useful, as they have, I would say, one of the best starter division perks out of all divisions. Like the flamethrower is just great, the stun baton for the Magenta company is great, and the drone the airborne company gets is also great. So like they are really useful. Of course, they do not have the most elite people as like most of the starter divisions have, but the perks are just like great. Right, moving on to the 41st. I would put 41st into useful above GAR, but under 501st, as the 41st got kind of cool perks, but I prefer the 501st ones. And yeah, 41st does not have the most elite people. Alright, moving on to 104th. I would put 104th in barely useful. They do have like some good perks, like the ARF company gets the grapple hook, but like it's only one company, while 187th everyone gets a grapple hook, and 104th perk is just not like my favorite, and I don't think it's that useful. The tracer bullet, like you can't see enemies, you highlight them when you hit them, but like that does not give you a big advantage if there's a good raider playing against you. Right, moving on to the Pack Advanced Recon Commandos. I would put Bark in very useful. Under 187th because they got more perks than others. But like Bark has a speeder perk. And unlike 7th Sky Corps, where I don't usually see people jump out of this starship, a lot of people in Bark use their speeder to get around the city quicker. So like I think Bark is really useful. They do not really have any elites, but like the speeder perk is being used so often. Alright, coming to the Coruscant Guard. Coruscant Guard is of course extremely useful, because without the Coruscant Guard there would be complete chaos in game. Like Coruscant Guard manages everyone and jails everyone who breaks the rules. This is just really helpful in game. They also have, I would say, more of elite people than all the basic divisions, but of course they do not have the most elite people. Right, coming to RC, I would put RC in very useful, because like they do basically the same duties as ARC, just like that ARC has better aim than RC. So like they are good, don't get me wrong, they are really good to have on your team, because like they have great aim, but like ARC is just like a little bit better. RC also have a great perk, the DC-17M. I really like the blaster, and I think they're one of the most useful division in all of GAR. Alright, quick information before we go on with the tier list. Since my audio recording got corrupted while I tried to import it into my editing software. I have to redo these 3 divisions again. So they are not in the useless category. I just put them there to remind me I have to redo them. Okay, now enjoy the last 3 divisions I rank. Alright, so next division is the Red Guard division. So we probably all know where we're gonna put it. It's extremely useful. They have high skilled players. They have great perks, like the Super Blaster, 2 different pikes, and the Clearance 4 card. I would put them over Coruscant Guard. Not because they're not elite enough, but like Coruscant Guard handles a lot more than Red Guard do. But of course, it is always great to have a Red Guard on your side when you're fighting against Raiders, for example. Red going to Arc, is going on top of extremely useful, as they have the best aim in all of GAR. They're just like RC, but with better aim, and I think a better gun as well, because the dual blaster does a lot of damage. So they're overall just better than RC. That's why I'm putting them in extremely useful, as they can deal with difficult raiders pretty easily. And now of course public intelligence is also extremely useful, as they are maybe not really active in game, but they get one of the coolest perks ever, like the spy tool, where they can just morph into another person in the server, and they like deal with all kinds of bans and people who do bad stuff in the GAR community. So they are really helping us out as a community. Alright guys, this is the final tier list. Tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if you would change something. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a great day guys.